Hello, everyone. Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacchino. How is everyone doing? Welcome. If you're new to the channel, please do. Make sure you comment during these live streams too, new people, because I love to hear from you. And consider ringing that bell, subscribing, and hitting that like button. Longer term viewers, please hit the like button and leave some comments. We'll take a look at Lucid and Zoom after hours today. There's also 3D Systems. So I know that was moving, and there's a double bottom in that one. Also, tomorrow I'm going to really be focused on Target tomorrow morning, so we'll glance in on that. As always, let's see. Welcome, Ken. Not a bad day for Tesla. Yeah, they announced the opening of the factories. I put in Discord to watch that next key target area, about 881. Not quite there. Wending through to the intermediate targets you can see here. We'll start off with Tesla. Mine as well. And look at that. I am back to being blurry. Well, that does not work. Hold on one second. Don't know why that happens sometimes. There we go. Sorry about that little delay there. Let's see, coming through here and then just pausing, finding this support just above or below this key level. I'm bumping this level down, 857. So that's going to be the key support for tomorrow. The next targets, and we'll take a look. Ken had a question about the daily and weekly buys. Weekly can't trigger yet today because it's the first day of the week. But daily we will take a look at. Next key areas for tomorrow, 898, 920. Let's take a look at that daily. The daily buy has to be within 3 days. So technically, yes, that did do a very aggressive buy. Why is it aggressive? Because it's against the daily rotation zone and it's against the weekly rotation zone. So you have to really manage this tightly. And this one actually has horrible reward to risk. So I would only be looking at something on a slight pullback with a tighter stop, because your stop has to go all the way below 700. That's the bar. Actually, the stop has to go below, it would have to go below 700. What am I looking at, though? Again, even if we rally back up here, I just want to check that out on the weekly. And again, why it can't be a weekly buy yet is because this week could close all the way back down here. So we don't know where this, if the weekly does close up here, it could trigger a weekly buy pattern. But again, it's against the weekly rotation zone. Longer term, it's also triggered a couple big sell patterns, so do keep that in mind. Let's see. FRA 40 gap fill. We'll have to take a look. It's Odo from DS9. Oh boy. Thanks for sharing. Tesla is an awesome company. I'm glad you like Tesla. So short term, if you're looking to play Tesla tomorrow, on intraday, is any break above, this 875 area, 875, because that's especially where the candle bodies is. I would just target a run to 900. Would really be the short-term play. If it breaks down, you can watch that 15-minute rotation zone. Just pop back to, and if you want to watch a little longer, watch that 1 hour, because you start getting below this 852, you're into that 1 hour and also backfilling a clear path. But my first target for if it was going lower would be 830 area. So that's the way I play the upside and the downside tomorrow. It's really in this afternoon range, so you're just playing either a breakout or a breakdown. What else do we have? Let's take a look at ZM. Zoom, they had earnings reported. They beat on EPS. They beat on revenue. Market not terribly impressed. We went up to the daily rotation zone and rotating back down. So Zoom is a little challenge. I mean, it's really oversold. The only play I have right now is if it can get above 147, there might be a little quick long play against the weekly rotation zone, but it's right now it's in no man's land. So in the breakdown plays, if it gets below these most recent lows, I'd be targeting about 103. So there's really not much to do there from my perspective on Zoom. Now we did have a divergence, so there was a little aggressive divergence play. You can see lower low in price action, higher low in the RSI, and also very oversold on the weekly. So again, I would not be surprised to see at least a bounce, but that would be a bounce play only in my book. DDD. DDD. Look at this double bottom. I know it was higher than this, but this is going, if it above 1973, we have the double bottom play because it's reversing this whole move, even with the extended sell-off here. But 2193, really good first target because that's right where this prior resistance is. Then you got 2303, then 2413. So those are the upside targets, and it did have earnings, and it beat on EPS, and it beat on revenue, so that's why it's trading up. I'm just going to be interested to see where it opens tomorrow. Lucid. What did Lucid do? Well, it looks like it missed. So this going back, it is just above the daily rotation zone, but then looks like it's back down. Not much to talk about with Lucid. Really not much to talk about until it can get a move on. And again, fundamentally, it's still incredibly overvalued. You see how updating that harmonics, that's where that gap open was. And the strong reversal in a lot of junk, but into earnings where it did miss. Target, we had the bounce after getting below the second target. Again, back into the daily rotation zone. If it does, earnings play is tomorrow morning. The key area I'm watching, if it does move down again, is 178.70. To the upside, my minor target's at 206. And then I'm watching if it gets above there, about 210. And this would just be, again, a short-term bounce into the weekly rotation zone with a full potential target of around 220. Thanks, Rich. NIO to be listed on Hong Kong Exchange. Thank you. I did not have that information. What did you want to look at? You want to look at the CAC 40, which I do not follow, but routinely, let's see. Gap fill. Which gap are you looking to this upside for a potential rally? Let me look at this. I was on the weekly. Sorry. Tell me what you're looking at. I don't see. You'd have to tell me exactly what you're looking at or what exact symbol. I'm looking at the CFD on the global prong. Let's see. CAC. I don't normally follow the CAC. Here we'll go with this. All right. Yeah, if you're going to the upside, here's just the index. Oh, 1 hour chart. Well, I can't. Again, I don't have great data on CAC 40. I don't pay for this data on the CAC 40. There is still a little upside. There's still a gap to the upside if it continues through into the daily rotation zone. So I'd be watching for that. But this is not something I normally track. Let's see. Yeah, we already hit Lucid. Down. Yep. What else do we want to look at? What else? Oh, sorry. FRA 40. Isn't that the same? That's the CAC 40 index. This is just a CF. This is just the 1 hour. Oh, this to the upside. Yeah, there would be a gap play there. Again, you're still doing the retracement. So if you're doing this on the retracements, it would be here. You'd still be. I'd only play for that gap fill on a close above that 66.79 area. You can see it got rejected there the first time. So it comes up there. Then I'd target the gap fill and the 60. The first target to raise the stop would be 67.17. Then I'd raise it again 67.55. Then I'd play. Then it'd be for the full gap fill. So there's your little 1 hour play on its, I mean, the CAC 40 index, but we're looking at FRA 40. What else did we want to look at? I'm just seeing if there's anything else is catching my eye for tomorrow on the open. Oh, let me take a look at one of Autozone. I have not looked at in a while. But they have earnings tomorrow. I used to play this all the time, but there's really nothing I do right now because it's against. It's even rallied back up to support. And with the rotation zone, I'm actually looking to watch it longer term to hit this 200 lower. Oh, I was going to look at that. I forgot you brought that up in the last one, Rich. PAN, Palo Alto Networks. Yeah, that's very strong. It's now, here's the next targets. You're at 601.90 and 628.57 on a pullback. 572 is your key support area. It's getting overextended from the daily rotation zone, so I'd watch on any pullbacks. I'd really pay attention to 556 to 571 on that, but it should be able to hold above this most recent little base it formed. So 571 is pretty key. I really wouldn't want it dropping below that. If you want a clue, you can watch that 1 hour rotation zone. But that's definitely a very strong breakout coming off just in front of the 200 and a strong rally up. Take a look at SPCE. It has triggered a double bottom on the daily and a potential double bottom on the weekly. Any thoughts on Europe? Yeah, we can look at uranium. I actually have another play on in uranium. I have, let's see, SPCE. Yeah, that's a, that's really a, whoa, that's, oof. I don't love that pattern, but you know, it's a very flat double, and it's really ugly on the daily. But here's the targets. Let's see where those ride with that. I mean, I'd play that first and second. I even played this. So you get above this 1097, roughly 11 bucks. I'd shoot for that 1350 area based off that weekly rotation zone. That would be that little play. What's nice is that's gone flat. See, I just thought this is really, really ugly, but it can be played because it is reversing this move. You could play this on the daily on a close above 1097. That's definitely playable. I'm actually in this. You can see what I was playing. Right there. 75. It's already hit today. It hit all the double targets. Now the next target, well, we can look at URA, which I was not in. I was in URNM. URA. Again, same thing. You had the double was triggered and never got close to a stop out, but that's going to hit tomorrow, the target. And here's the problem. There's a ton of congestion. I'm still longer term bullish on uranium, but these are hitting all their target areas. Now, what's the Sprott one? That's the one I got into my uranium play before this was trading. Here, this is the one I think you should play. Sprott Physical Uranium TR. That's the one I'm really watching for a nice pullback play in this. I like the Sprott Metals one. And now this, I don't know why I didn't get in this before. But I'm watching this on a pullback. So that's the one I really like for a pullback play, especially around this 12 bucks. And then this is just a long-term play for me, especially the Sprott one. So keep that in mind. I'd definitely add that to the watch list. What I'm watching is for a pullback play, then a rotation back up. It's hard with this. It's not been trading that long. So but I consider that. If you wanted URNM, The other one I was in, this uranium URNM. I like the price action just a little bit better than URA. But this, again, it's above a long-term trend line. So anything in the uranium space is playable to me on pullbacks, especially if you want to watch for URNM. Pullback is now back above the 200. Even if it doesn't fully fill the gap and rotating back up, you have the only challenge is there's a lot of stopping points until you really get above 83 bucks. You start getting above 83 bucks, it gets into some really nice trading action. Abraham, tonight China EV delivery numbers. Thank you. We can peek at Xpev. Xpev finally again hit all the targets for the double top and reversing. Let me take a look at that weekly. Yeah, you could trade this. I mean, we'll have to see with the delivery numbers, but and how this reacts. But 41.39, getting above there, you could definitely trade that on a daily basis. You could definitely play this, and I'd play it up to this 49.13 target. Definitely playable to the upside. Thank you for that, Abraham. Anything else anybody wants to look at? We looked at some good things. Anything else? I forgot the symbol for Domino's Pizza, or what is it now? It's just Domino's. What's the symbol for that? I completely forgot of that. Why don't I have the? Huh. Somebody remind me of what the symbol is for that one. I completely blanked out on what it was. So I'm not seeing anything else. So we will wrap this up early. I have lots of things to do. Overall, just remember to watch for follow through first day of the trading month tomorrow. And with that, we will talk to everybody later. Have a wonderful evening. Oh, DPZ. Thank you, Sterling. DPZ. There we go. I just could not remember that. Because they have earnings tomorrow. We have this sharp rally back here. I just wanted to see if there was a pattern. I haven't looked at this in a while. Not much that I'd play, though. I'm just not seeing anything playable right now. I mean, there's might be a short-term play above the daily rotation zone, but it's in this really choppy price action. Not much that interests me with earnings. I'll just have to see how it plays out tomorrow. Longer term, I'm watching for a bigger pullback still in DPZ, closer back to around 350 bucks. All right. Thank you again, Sterling, for reminding me. And with that, I will wrap this up. Everyone have a great night. Bye for now.